Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE Hell in a Cell 2020 recap slash review. So yes, last night we had Hell in a Cell, and I've got to say, the three Hell in a Cell matches were insane, and the rest of the card was pretty lame. That rhymed. Ooh. Very briefly on the pre-show, yes, so R-Truth defended his 24/7 championship against Drew Gulak. It was a 5-minute match. I couldn't care less. Truth retained. Big deal. Yeah. Great to see that's on the pre-show, but not the IC belts or the tag team belts. So yeah, that's great. Yeah. Then kicking off the main show, yes, we had a Hell in a Cell I Quit match for the WWE Championship. Yes, Roman Reigns defending his belt with Paul Heyman going up against Jey Uso. And yeah, this was brutal. This was a 29-minute brutal match. I mean, I think we all expected this to be dominant, just like it was at Clash of Champions, where Roman just dominated most of the match. But yeah, this was very similar. Just constantly was going, tell him I quit, tell him, say I quit, Jey, and this will all be over. So yeah, during the match, pretty early on, Roman attacked Jey with multiple spears, trying to get him to say the words "I quit," but Jey was refusing. But then Jey attacked Roman with a leather strap. But then Roman retaliated with performing a spear on Jey. And he started whipping him with a leather strap. Because Jey Uso was refusing to quit, and the ref was about to call off the match. Roman Reigns was like, "Excuse me," and he attacks the ref, throws the ref out the ring. No, this match is not ending until he says "I quit." Yeah, and then a bunch of referees came in, including Adam Pearce, and it was a bit stupid because I was like, well, but this is an I Quit match. Are you telling me just because it got a bit brutal in an I Quit match, which is meant to be brutal, all these staff running, go, Roman, stop! I'm like, what? That's like in a hardcore match. If you start using a bunch of weapon shots, you go, no, stop! It's a fucking hardcore match. This is the same here with I Quit. Like, why are people running in, telling Roman to stop? It's an I Quit match. It's meant to be brutal. But whatever. So yeah, they came out imploring Roman to stop, but Roman kept going on. But then Roman got like these bunch of steel steps. Roman got steel steps, and he was like, "You get like that over Jey," but no, he couldn't do it in time. Jimmy came out and was like, "No, Roman, stop!" And Roman was just like looking all sad and like, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna like?" Came a really good storytelling moment where Jimmy was like, "Roman, stop, please, Roman, stop," and Roman was just like proper crying, everything like, "Man, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Like proper crying." And then Jimmy was like, "It's okay, we got this. We're still family." And then they held hands. You're like, "Oh," but I knew it wasn't. I knew it was just a thing. And then Roman went, "Oh," and he grabbed Jimmy into a guillotine choke. And Jimmy Uso's face was like, "No, help!" And Jey Uso was trying to grab his hand. It was really good storytelling. And then Jey eventually was like, "Okay, Roman, I quit." Jey said, "I quit." So to prevent Reigns from inflicting more damage on Jimmy. And then the match ended. Roman retains the belt. And then after the match, Roman's walking up the ramp, and Arthur and Sika, Roman's uncle and dad, stood on the entrance ramp and like crowned Roman, crowned him, like celebrated him, and like that. Yeah, but Alpha and Sika were like, "Yeah, okay." Like, "Roman, what's happened to you?" But yeah, Roman was like that, and Jimmy and Jey were just like, "What the fuck's happened to you, Roman?" But yeah, it was a good match. I'm sorry for struggling a little bit here. It's just because it was such a long match. I can't remember a lot of it, to be honest, because it was late. But it was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I think this is one about like key storytelling this match. Then about the match quality. I think this is all about storytelling. That final shot with Roman crying, Jimmy and Jey holding hands, and then Jey forcing to say, "Okay, I quit," and all that. It was really good storytelling. The match did drag on. It didn't need to be 29 minutes. This could have been 20 minutes tops, but it did drag on a little bit. But it was a really good end, and I think this is the end of the feud now. I think, yeah, I can't see where it could go now with a third match. So I think this is the end of the feud, and Roman's going to face someone new for Survivor Series. Yeah, but yeah, good match. It was a good match. And then up next we got Elias going up against Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I don't remember that much about this match. And Jeff Hardy, Elias won for IDQ because, Hardy attacked Elias with his guitar, so Elias won by DQ. Yeah. I don't care. Singles match for the Money in the Bank contract. Miz going up with John Morrison, going up against going up against Otis. And yeah, I did not care about this match. I really thought Otis was going to retain the briefcase. It was only like 7.5 minutes, didn't really care. But then the ending happened, which really caught my attention. So Tucker whacks Otis with the briefcase, and Otis is out. Miz goes for the pin, 1, 2, 3. So the Miz is now the new Mr. Money in the Bank. Holy shit. I did not see that coming, man. I did not see that coming. I really thought they were going to keep it on Otis. But no, Tucker's stabbed Otis in the back, cost him the Money in the Bank briefcase. And now the Miz, that's just like he was 10 years ago, is Mr. Money in the Bank. And blimey, that was a big swerve. And I do feel a bit bad for Otis, but to be honest, they've done not a lot with him since he won the briefcase at Money in the Bank, and I never quite bought Otis with the briefcase either. I never thought for 1 minute he was going to successfully cash in on either of the world titles successfully. I just thought it was just a big joke. Yeah, oh yeah, him with the briefcase. And now Miz has won it. I think Miz is a more worthy person to hold the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I think I can see him cashing in on Randy or Roman. So yeah, we will see where it leads. Or it could leave with John Morrison turning on him as well. But yeah, and then I assume we're going to get an Otis and Tucker feud now, because Otis was like running after Tucker backstage. Oh yeah! So, and Tucker's turned heel, sadly. So that's another tag team split up. But yeah, I am interested to see what Otis and Tucker leads. I will say that, yeah. But now the new Mr. Money in the Bank is the Miz. Yeah. Which I think was probably the match of the night. Yes, we got a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes, we got Bayley defending her belt up against Sasha Banks, the boss. Hey! This was match of the night. This was such a good match. It was 26.5 minutes of just back and forth action. Obviously, these two know each other so well, all the way back from the NXT days. You know, they're best friends. I mean, you all know they have such good chemistry, and we knew this was going to be a really good match. I knew it was going to be. I was a bit disappointed that this wasn't the main event, which I'll get onto later. But anyway, yeah, it was a really good match. So the match gets started. Bayley had this steel chair with a spray paint on, but it got throughout before the cell lowered, and then the match gets started. And Sasha kind of dominates the early stages of the match, trying to get after Bayley. Yeah, and then she locks in an early bank statement, but Bayley got out of it. And the two brawled outside the ring for quite a while, lots of different spots. You know, kendo sticks and tables. Sasha Banks used a table as a ramp for one point to hit a running meteora that drove Bayley boom in the cell. But then Bayley got back into it, and she do a chair from under the ring. Weapon spots in this match, back and forth, Bayley and Sasha with the kendo sticks, like I said, whacking them loud to them inside the cell. And they went back in the ring for a bit. It was still back and forth action. There was a really cool spot where Bayley hit this I don't know what it was. She just kind of turned it over, and Sasha went boom, face first into a chair in the corner. It looked brutal. Then as Bayley tried to get back into it, Sasha had fire extinguisher, and she sprayed Sasha with that. That was really cool. Spot where Bayley suspended a ladder between two chairs in the corner and tried to jump off and hit Banks with another chair, but it was counted. And then Sasha hit a belly to belly for a 2 count, really close. And then Bayley hit her own Bayley to belly, and but then no, Sasha kicked out, and then moments later she was in the bank statement yet again. But this time Sasha had the bank statement with a chair wrapped around Bayley's face, and Bayley had nowhere to go. She was like, oh god, and then she eventually tapped out. Yeah, and that's it. Oh my god, Bayley's 380-day reign as SmackDown Women's Champion is over, and the new SmackDown Women's Champion, the Boss. Hey! It was a brutal match. It was full of really good moments and drama. I thought it was really good. It was everything you want from Sasha and Bayley. We all knew how good these two were from their NXT days. You know, their amazing matches on the takeovers, and we knew this was going to be really good. This was easily match of the night. This was probably a match of the year contender. I think it's definitely up there. I loved it. It was just so great. And I just love it. Sasha, like she should have been, has been the one to end Bayley's reign and a long year-long run as SmackDown Women's Champion. It's great. It's great. It's been a long time coming, and this match was fantastic. And is it the end of the feud? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's a rematch at TLC. I think there might be. But I just hope they give Sasha a long reign with that belt. I do not want to see her drop it in her first defense. Oh my God, yet again. Come on. So yeah, I'm just wait. Charlotte's going to come out on SmackDown and challenge Sasha. I bet you a tenner. Fucking hell. Then on to our next match. Yes, we had a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. Yes, we had Bobby Lashley defending his belt up against Slapjack from Retribution. Yeah, right. So yeah, Bobby Lashley retains in 3 minutes. Yeah, that's a second. He hits a full Nelson on Slapjack, aka Shane Thorne, in 3.5 minutes. Yeah, he makes him submit with a full Nelson. So yeah, it's looking good for Retribution, isn't it? You know, with 2 matches now, and they've lost both of them. And then after the match, they still kind of got beat down by the Hurt Business. Oh my goodness! Is it probably going to lead for us? I think we're probably going to get a Survivor Series match, aren't we? A Survivor Series match between Retribution and the Hurt Business. That's my guess. You know, 4-on-4 match, or 5-on-5. I don't know. But going by the way how the booking Retribution, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bobby Lashley, a 1-on-4 handicap match, and Bobby Lashley squashes them all. Going by how Retribution are getting booked at the minute, but yeah. Anyway, on to the main event. Yes, we had a Hell in a Cell match, another Hell in a Cell match, just the third of the night for the WWE Championship. Yes, we had the big Scottish bastard, Drew McIntyre. Hey! Yes, defending his belt up against Randy Orton. Yes, the third and hopefully final match between these two. And yeah, this was the longest match of the night at 30.5 minutes. And yeah, this was pretty brutal too. Yeah, very brutal. Although I did have a bit of fatigue heading into this match because, you know, I'd already seen 2 lengthy Hell in a Cell matches before this. Then I've got to watch another one. It was like, whew. Yeah, so anyway, the match gets started. Before the match even gets started, Randy attacks Drew because he's dressed as one of the camera crew. But Drew sees it coming and they brawl outside the cell for a little bit. Randy gets momentum, and then Drew gets momentum, and then Drew starts to get his start. Then Drew starts to get the early moves in. He starts to dominate the early stages. You know, throwing Randy into the cell back and forth. Going, "You can't beat me, Randy!" Like probably pushing his face against the cell. And then Drew tries to hit an early Claymore, but no, Randy counters, boom, with a steel chair shot. And then Randy starts to get his offense, and then Randy for like 5-10 minutes dominates the match, kind of similar how Drew dominated the early stages. He starts throwing Randy into the cell with different spots, like throwing him into the steel steps. Then he pushes Randy's face against the cell, like it was got a bit hard to watch at some points. Tried to get a comeback going, but Randy dug a thumb in his eye. But then Irish whipped him into the steel steps again. But then Drew did eventually get a comeback. He hit a series of clotheslines and multiple belly-to-belly suplexes, which was really cool to see. And then he countered an RKO into a neckbreaker. So that was really cool. And then he put Randy through a table outside the ring. However, Drew made the mistake of taunting Randy before throwing him in the ring because that to kick the ropes twice for a pair of low blows. And Drew was like, "Oh!" So yeah, then Randy got the offense back again. And then Randy hit like a hanging DDT, but Drew kicked out at 1. And Drew McIntyre was like looking shocked, like, "Oh my God, what the hell? What the hell? He just kicked out at 1." So then Randy got some bolt cutters and went out the cell. And it looked like he was going to leave. I was like, Randy, where are you going? But no, Drew cut back up to him. But then Randy got back on it, and then he went, "Okay." And then Randy started to climb up the cell, and he was like, come on, Drew, follow me up." And Drew was like looking up and going, "Okay, Randy, you want to go up there? We'll go up there, laddie." Woo! And yeah, and then McIntyre followed him up, and I was like, well, Randy's beating him up. And then they brawled on top of the steel. They brawled on top of the cell for a bit, which was really cool. But then Orton managed to get the offer high again. It was a shame because Randy kind of dominated a lot of this match, and it wasn't nice to see. I want to see the big Scottish bastard getting dominated. No, but yeah. But then they started to climb back down, and the exposed table was like, oh no, they're both going to fall off. But no, boom, Randy hits Drew, and then Drew falls off the side of the cell into the table. Damn, really, really cool spot. And yeah, and Drew's down. Drew's gone. He's like, there's a bit of fake blood around his mouth. It looks like he's really hurt. Like he's really, really hurt. And Drew, Randy's just following like, yeah, it's over. It's over, Drew. You can't win now. And they go back into the ring, and it looks like Randy's going to hit another RKO. But no, Drew counters, boom, into a Claymore. Like, oh, come on, Drew. But no, Randy rolls up the ring sneakily, and Drew can't get the pin. But then he gets Randy back in the ring, and Drew's like, come on, get up, brace for finally going to finish it with a Claymore. But no, Randy counters the Claymore, really cool. Randy, boom, RKO, 1, 2, 3. And your new WWE Champion, Randy Orton. And my God, I did not see this coming. I really did not. I was shocked. I can't believe Randy won. I really thought Drew was going to retain. This will be the end of the feud. Drew retains with a clean win over Randy, and that's it. The end of the feud now. The end of this 3-match pay-per-view feud. But no, Randy won, and Randy is now a 14-time world champion. Good God. And yet, to be honest, I didn't really like this ending. I really would have preferred Drew retaining, because I think Drew heading into Survivor Series was the bigger draw, the bigger factor. But no, I guess they finally pulled the trigger on Randy, and Randy's, like I said, a 14-time champion now. I'm a bit annoyed because Randy's made me look like a right idiot, because SummerSlam, Clash of Champions, I predicted Randy to win. He didn't win. Drew won both times. And now for the final match, I predicted Drew. And Randy's finally won it now, so for goodness sake. And yeah, it is a shame because I've loved Drew as champion. He's had a great 202-day reign, over 200 days as champion. He's had one of the best WWE Championship reigns in the last few years. He's been presented so strong. He's had some great feuds. This feud with Randy's been great. And it is a shame he never got to hold the belt in front of a live audience. His entire reign has been obviously in the empty arena format because of COVID, of course. So yeah, it does suck, but yeah, I do think he's definitely going to win the belt back at some point, because they do hint that it's unfinished, because Randy at the end was looking at Drew, and Drew was already up looking at Randy like that, going, "This isn't over, Randy. I'm going to get that belt back." So maybe we're teasing a rematch between these two, a fourth match, maybe at TLC. Because I assume a Survivor Series, it's going to be brand warfare. It's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So that'll be put on hold, maybe. And we'll get another match between these two at TLC. But I do think Drew is going to win it back, definitely. Probably when live audiences come back, I do think Drew will win it back. Because but Drew's had a great reign. 200 days as WWE Champion. Fantastic reign. He got presented so strong. It was a shock that Randy won here. I really thought Drew was going to retain, but fair enough. Randy's now a 14-time champion, and I think he's going to hold the belt for quite a while now. Probably till at least TLC in December. Yeah, so that was Hell in a Cell. Yeah, like I said, the 3 Hell in a Cell matches were really good. Rowan, Jey Uso, it's a bit slow, but it was brutal. And yeah, just like Clash of Champions, it was brutal. Roman just showing his really dark side again. Sasha Banks and Bayley, match of the night, match of the year contender, really good. Sasha ends Bayley's reign, great. And Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre was great. It was really good. Not quite as good as Sasha and Bayley, but still really good. And yeah, it does. I mean, I'm just a bit sad that Drew lost, because I've loved Drew as champion, but fair enough. Randy got his win eventually, 3rd time lucky. And the other matches were just filler matches, weren't they? Filler mid-card matches that I did not give 2 shites about. Yes, but the reign of the big Scottish bastard has ended. What did you think of Hell in a Cell? Sorry if my Hell in a Cell match recaps were a bit squiffy and all over the place. It's just because they were so long, and my memory's not as good as it used to be. I'm getting old. But yeah, they were such long matches. But what did you think of Hell in a Cell? Comment below, let me know. So yeah, guys, when's my next video? Let me just check. So Survivor Series, I think, is on the 22nd of November, I think, or 29th. So either mid November, I will be back with my Survivor Series prediction video on Zoom with Callum and Laura. Yes, it'd be good to have them back. So yes, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.